Do you know that for 2 months, no matter the evidences you present, the side of the man will keep siding the man. The side of the woman will keep siding the woman. So somebody can come and give you this child, and you will kill her and bring her home and lie on top. She fell down from the step. And Val, I think we're going to make our time sometime later to talk about faulty foundations, right? You see, love is imbibed. Love is grown with. If you grow from a foundation where love is practical, love is almost tangible. You can almost feel the palpitation of the members of the family. You won't want a man to beat you to express his love.
True.
Love is soft. Love is accommodating. Love understands you. Love brings you close. Love gives you a pat on the back. No wonder the Bible says that love covers a multitude of sin. So when you're covering somebody's sin, will you be beating them to show them? It's faulty. It's not natural. It's an abnormal instinct to want to be beaten. Even children, not knowing much, when you bring cane or you want to beat them, they plead with all their hearts and they kneel down and they raise their hands and they say, "Mommy, please." And some of the children will tell you, "Mommy, I love you so much." That's to soften your heart. And then another adult is saying you're feeling awkward to be beaten. Both the beater and the beatee, if there's an English like that, needs to have a reset. You don't beat to express love. You can discipline. You don't need to batter. Do you know what beating means? So it's faulty. It's a psychological defect that followed her from the foundation without knowing. So she feels that how the men exert authority and love is by bringing you to your place and they beat you. No, there are good men that will shout. My father is loud. As loud as he's loving. He's one of the best men I've ever met. But he's extremely loud. He will shout on you. And then the next moment, he's all funny, all nice, and all cool. So why is he not beating me? As a lion he is. To show that he's a father.
Do you think the issue of this abuse is exaggerated in the society, like when it comes to the female gender? Because somebody said something here now that he's been abused.
Yes. Yes, a lot of men have been abused. Let me tell you, I've been in the field going to 14 years.
Oh, great.
And I've had unimaginable stories. Fathers sleeping with their girl child, fathers raping their children, raping their house girls, sleeping with underage children, principals in school, and so many bad stories you don't want to listen to. You see, the story of abuse, it's not being exaggerated. The stories that may want to beautify it is the exaggeration.
Okay.
Abuse is really, really multiplying by the day. A lot of people are being abused per second. Statistics has proven that every 11 minutes, one woman dies in the world as a result of abuse. Yes. Is it that she's depressed and high blood pressure kills her, or she goes into stroke, or her system shuts down, or she's beaten up, or she causes an accident for herself because of the pain at home? Every 11 minutes, a woman dies in the world because of violence. So it's not exaggerated. It's either the stories of some people who want to show that they are really suffering that adds a lot of coating to it. But let me tell you, the level of abuses happening in the society now, it's both unbelievable and unimaginable. So if a survivor, and you try to quote your story to make the perpetrator look all bad, that's your resolve. But I tell you that I have lots of cases filled with evidences that are unbelievable.
At what point should somebody who is going through an abuse take a walk, considering the society, which a lot of us are religious people? The religion itself abhors people leaving their marriages.
Past 3 years, 7 women have died as a result of domestic violence that I know personally. One even happened in our Enugu, in Tinker's Corner. He ate up a loaf of bread that was meant for him and his 3 kids. And by the time the woman could react, he just hit the woman's head on the wall, and that was the last time the woman lives on air. God. I can call names, I can tell you stories. And I tell women, he beat you the first time is a mistake. He beat you the second time, it's out of control. If he makes beating his lifestyle, separates. I don't preach divorce. It's a much, much stronger topic. You can separate for 50 years old. If he's still interested, he will come, he will mend his ways, the family will set things right. The side of the man will stop deceiving themselves, and the side of the woman will stop deceiving themselves. And tell everyone what they need to do to put things in order. But as long as we continue to deceive ourselves about who either our son is or our sister is, let them separate for now. Because this is what I find. I've intervened in a lot of cases of gender-based violence. You invite this family, you invite this family. Val, do you know that for 2 months, no matter the evidences you present, the side of the man will keep siding the man. The side of the woman will keep siding the woman. And I tell myself, have we gotten to this point where you can't look at someone and tell them, even though I love you so much, I think you need to stop this.
Yeah.
I'm most baffled with the people we call mothers, grandmothers. They hardly tell their male children the truth. I don't know whether it's so much love, or maybe each family don't want to lose their own. But there should be a central point, which is the truth. Hey, you, madam, do this. Hey, you, Oga, do this. So somebody can come and give you this child, and you will kill her and bring her home and lie on top. She fell down from the step. One pushed the wife and she fell from the step and died. It was the last child that saw the incident that said, Daddy pushed mommy from the step, and mommy sprawled from the step and hit her head at the last point of the step. But the man said she sleeps.
But
And this is the same lady that has been reporting cases to me. I kept pleading with her. Chine, please, even if it's 2 weeks, give this man a little space. I think the man has had it up to here. He needs space. Finally, Chine was brought home as a cause. Today, too many things are still happening. Too many families may be listening to us now. Too many families will still read from us. They will still be telling their daughter, Noleba anata rombedim.
aye.
Imara na ibo onye Igbo. Ano di ada anata.
The culture.
If you talk, if you mend buy, you know the rapudiginata. You are the only person that came back from your husband's scope, and she will come back dead, or come back half dead. Look at, if you pass 50 women today, look at their faces. You will expressly know the one that is living happy and the one that is pent up with emotion. They'll be walking the road and they are talking and whispering to themselves. Beyond poverty is the sadness at all. All of us are going through things. But if we call ourselves couple, we need to make it work. We need to make it work. And religion, I've started telling people I'm not religious, I'm a Christian, please.
Yeah, it's a Christian.
Don't bring on me with religion, because religion, it's really an opium. It's stifling people and not letting people embrace natural truth.
Oh.
How can a priest be telling a man whom you know is a batterer, okay, take it easy, don't be beating her too much? Because he's a major donor in your church, you don't want to tell him he's a batra. Because he's a wealthy businessman, he helps the church to do funds and projects. You don't want to tell him that he's abusing his wife. And then the priest will come to the wife and say, I want to tell you, the woman, you're in charge of your home. And you're telling the man to reduce his hand. And you're telling the woman you're in charge of which home? A home where she does not provide anything. How can you be in charge of a place where you don't provide anything? At least if you're financially buoyant or financially empowered, we can say, okay, if the man comes up with his drama, you can take a leave. And then we have very horrible women that I will not fail to mention. You see, women need to work a lot on the things they say to others. You see these women, they say to themselves, say to their house girls, say to their husbands, they are horrible creatures with what they say with their mouth. And that's why I'm particular about the women constituents. I'll tell them, don't mind what you say. Mind how you treat people. There's a lot of swiftness that is connected to a woman's tongue, and don't let it flow. We're swift with our tongue, and it destroys a lot of things. If you know you cannot control your own, put water in your mouth. Or leave the scene. Let it be in record that you walked out, but you didn't say a thing. And until you grow to the level in your marriage where you gather up everything you want to say and you swallow it, because you know once you spew it, it's going to blast up everywhere. You've not grown.
Okay.
So marriage should give both the spice and the salt. And when the salt is coming, you should be to add up taste and not to add up pain. You know, when you bring salt, you add it to an injury.
Yeah.
Instead of helping the pain, worsens the pain. So that's what a lot of women's mouths are in marriage.
Okay.
I want women to work on how they talk.
Okay.
I understand we carry a lot of things and we go through a lot of cycles that will spur us to talk anyhow. But you can put yourself in check. When I was pregnant for Fiajulo, even pregnant for Enele, a lot of people say, madam, you're into talking and learning. That means now you'll be talking, you'll be getting angry. And I told them, my body is subject to my control.
Yeah.
And not me listening to my body to react. I can decide not to wear out myself or my family because I'm pregnant. From my month 1 till I gave birth to my child, I can't remember having outbursts as a pregnant woman. And I discovered that you can also put yourself in regulations. Regulate yourself. If you're so angry and you're noticing the trigger is coming, go to your room. Separate yourself. Leave.
Okay. Okay.
As small as my daughter is, when I notice I've said some things to her, I call her and I say, Meme, I said, I didn't mean to talk that way too. I'm sorry. A lot of mothers don't do this. You can't be too big for apology.
But
You cannot be too big for apology.
that's right.
The greatest of people are the people who know how to say thank you and sorry. But it is a big struggle in our homes.
Yeah.
Say thank you to the man who brought 1,000. He didn't bring enough. Appreciate him for the 1,000 first. So the women will also have a lot of duty to carry out in this violence thing. The women are emotionally battering of their husbands. And but also, we have husbands that are manipulating. They are the ones battering up their wives. Do you know that recently, Val, men talk more than women? Jesus. Val, if I'm not in the field, I will say it's exaggerated. Do you know you call for cases now, mediation, counseling, and they sit. The man will not allow the woman to say anything. The woman will just be crying. We say, this man is manipulating. Everything he said is a lie. The man will say, allow me to talk. Allow me to talk. And they talk. And they talk more than women. I don't know whether we evolved into men taking our slots. Are we taking their slot? I used to know men and fathers those days as people who bring out few words.
Yeah.
They listen. And by the time their word is coming out, their word is like authority. Their word is like command.
The obligation to listen is restricted to any particular gender.
You see, there was something I said when we started. Someone is in charge.
Okay.
Most homes are subconsciously run by the wives. Even the husband doesn't do anything without coming to say, darling, how do you see this? Darling, what do you think about this? So she has a superior authority.
Yeah.
In writing, they say it's superior authority. Someone is subconsciously in charge.
Okay.
If it's more on the wife should engineer soft communication. If it's more on the husband should engineer soft communication. However, whoever is in charge of keeping the character and decorum of the home must submit to the leadership of the man.
Mm.
There's always a leadership. And it is that leadership that the 21st century woman is struggling with.
Yeah.
Both myself and others, we now find it hard to conform to the leadership of the man at home. Exposure, trend, westernization, and even the media has made it even crazier.
Yeah.
So anything the man does, you feel that the man is trying to suppress you, even when he's naturally telling you what he wants at home. Let us also tune to that timetable.
Yeah.
It will work.
Okay. Lastly, we want to go to the effects of abuse on the children.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody said, the reason I want to leave is for my children.
Yeah.
Another person said, the reason I don't want to leave is for my children. So I want to know, what is the effect?
So the commonest fact is most people don't want to leave because of their children. Or rare cases, most people leave because of their children. Now, the effect is both primary and secondary. The primary is trauma, social distancing, poor self-esteem, inferiority complex. They'll come to talk and they say, see this one that their mother left them and went away. What do you want to say? Low self-esteem. When a child is not being prepared by a mother, that child readily knows the difference when she mingles or he mingles with other children whose mother are around. The secondary aspect is suicidal thoughts. Children who have the absence of either the both parents or the father or the mother fall into what we call child depression. Their production or their output in school usually depletes from poor to unbelievable because they can't concentrate. Okay, we used to have a mother who would wake us up, bath us, clothe us, and send us to school, and we possibly come back at home and meet her. And now you want to imagine a total absence of that sweet soap. The one person that will giggle you up and cuddle you when you're beaten or when you're going through a phase, it's totally absent. It affects their output in school. It causes child depression. It causes soliloquy. The children now, they retreat to themselves and they start forming this brick wall that when some of them even get married, their husbands suffer from those brick walls.
Okay.
Because they keep seeing that man as, it won't be long. You will do what my daddy did to my mom. And,
So it's like a cycle.
It's a cycle. Go and check it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the children who come from bad, failed marriages are scared of getting married. Is either the boy or the girl. And when they are married, they don't give out their best because they feel their best will be battered too. Let me love her very well now. Let her now take me for granted and abscond the way or let me respect her and tender her as a flower she is and let her take me for granted.
Yeah.
The way our mother took our father for granted.
Sure.
The effects of these things are not results you would want to bask. They are unbelievably very traumatic. Child depression, poor output in school, soliloquy, poor self-esteem, inferiority complex, child aggression. They become bullies. And do you know the last points? They end up abusing another person.
Yeah.
To make sure that they are not the only culprits
Okay.
involved in that circle.
Okay.
So, father and mothers, Val, I really thank you for this platform. To the ones who are listening, make a deliberate, hard effort to make your marriage work. Marriage is both beautiful and both gloomy. Gloomy because we are different individuals from different backgrounds, perspectives, and understanding. But we can make it work.
True.
So don't let your dark days overshadow your beautiful days. And don't allow the weakness or the weaknesses of your spouse override their strengths. Always talk about their strengths so that you can have good picture of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody that knows me, know I always talk about the good side of my husband because those are the pictures I want to have. If not, I will continue with the bad pictures of all the things he made me go through or maybe all the annoyances that he brought to me, and the marriage will keep suffering. So if I want to talk about him, I keep talking about his good side because I want to be the deliberate mind for myself that will allow my marriage to blossom.
That brings me to this one. I saw a post where you people were doing like a kind of activism or something.
Yes, 16 days at least.
Okay. That means you people already doing something
Yes.
to mitigate domestic violence. I think there is one WACOL before. I don't know if it's still functional.
Yes.
Is it still functional?
Fully functional.
What is their role in mitigating domestic violence?
So WACO is both into arbitration, litigation, counseling, the shelter. So if you're an abused person, survivor, WACO has a safe space for you.
Okay.
They counsel, they try to rehabilitate. They also have litigation processes that they provide. But what we are trying to do is to use the pencil called prevention.
Okay.
Right? We are doing a lot of sensitization, telling our men you can do it. You can be your home. You can build your home. You can be a role model. If our fathers stuck to our mothers 40 years, 45 years, you can do 80.
Okay.
Because we are still humans.
Yeah.
It's not like we've become monsters and beasts. We are still human beings.
True.
So we can wriggle out of those issues and still build our home.
Okay.
I tell everybody, and I will still say it today, the beautiful thing about marriage, it's more than the ugly thing about marriage.
Okay.
Marriage is sweet. If you have a companion that understands compatibility. What do I mean by compatibility? The companion understands that you're a busy woman. He can help with the dishes, washing, helping you get groceries from the shop, helping you look at the kids while you're back. It makes a whole lot of coverage.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect my husband a lot. My husband will cover for all this stuff. And so when you're coming back home, you're not coming back to come and meet that burnout, marriage trigger annoyance thing.
Okay. Okay.
So if you can help, help.
Yeah.
If you're the woman, if you're the one that can help, help.
I think you've answered somebody's question here about the husband not being domesticated. And then is a cultural something.
It's not cultural, it's foundational. Because where culture.
But men don't go into the kitchen to do certain things.
But it's foundational because we've had culture all this while. But my mother-in-law raised 6 men that are all domesticated.
You see.
So it's not just cultural, it's foundational. If your culture says, "Onya bụ nwoke," no milk organate. In your house, as a parent, you can say, "Nwoke niile nọ n'ụlọ olu otu ọnụ gị chuo, olu otu ọnụ gị nwaanyị chuo, olu otu ọnụ gị si n'isi." My husband cooks all the dishes. What I mean, all the dishes. So it's not just cultural because the culture didn't come to live in your house. You're supposed to build your home. So the larger picture is the culture, but the crazier picture is the foundation upon which the man grew and he doesn't know how to stir garri, he doesn't know how to boil hot water, he doesn't know how to help out, it's going to be really heavy on the woman. Because, I mean, the marriage space is a very hectic. It's hectic. There are lots of work to be done.
Yeah.
Getting pregnant, carrying pregnancy, giving birth to the child, taking him for another one, raising them, taking them to school, bringing them back from school, adding another one, adding another one. Hey. And trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
God. We need a lot of help in marriage.
Yeah.
Yes, women need a lot of help.
Mm.
And I want to also congratulate the men who help their wives. I can't stop loving them in my heart. There's so much a woman is going through. I would just love the men who help their wives. Helping them with ease, not helping them with that
Grudgingly.
and that awareness that if I do it today, I won't do it tomorrow. You're doing it because you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's your home. And until we divert ourselves from you to us, that's what is killing marriage. Nsaluga fela. So mu again and sala fela incha. Nsaluga fela tap man CH. Afela incha. Afela the whole family, me, your children, and you.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to disabuse our sense from you to us.
Yes.
Personalize it. It is us.
Yeah.
It's us.
Very true.
Mm.
Thank you so much, Mom. Words will fail me to say how grateful I am that you're helping us to fulfill this goal of providing solutions to people's real life problems.
Yeah.
And then we applaud what you do. We see what you do and we applaud it so much. Keep raising the bar. Marriage is about compromise. And then if you get to a point whereby the other person feels, I'm not willing to compromise, I want to always have it my way, you might need to find your way so that you can still be alive to still make a way.
Yeah.
So you need to find your way so that you don't end like every other person. Remember, nobody is indispensable. Your children will find their way the moment you leave this earth. And then she talked about Faulty Foundation. And I think that the next time we're going to be having Mrs. Onyimama here, we're going to be talking about this Faulty Foundation. We're going to be talking about it in detail. And we're going to be talking about how people who were raised in such foundation can be healed. If your organization takes care of maybe a sensitization program, I don't know, that helps them. Let's say.
Or counseling, yeah.
Okay, please. In the next episode, we are going to be having with Miss Onyimama before the year runs out. We are going to be addressing this Faulty Foundation.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people will be joining us on that one because many persons are on this table.
Beautiful.
What we don't address today will come for us tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mom.
Well,
I really appreciate it. It's nice doing this with you guys. Thank you so much and God bless you. See you in the next episode. Remember, Faulty Foundation. God bless you, Mom.
wow, you're doing a lot too.